here today with Ian King, the business editor of The Times. Ian, what are the biggest business stories going to be this year in terms of the key themes?
Well, here in the UK, it'll be the state of the economy and how that impacts on inflation, unemployment, and obviously the wider story of how the government is trying to tackle the deficit. And that in turn will feed down into behaviour of consumers, the housing market, and indeed corporates' plans for investment during the next 12 months. Overseas, that will probably depend from country to country. The United States is obviously in a period of retrenchment. Europe, the economy is growing quite rapidly, but there will be a big story there in terms of some of the countries such as Spain and so on, and how they tackle their debt crisis. Over in the Far East, of course, the emphasis is firmly on growth. India and China are still growing very rapidly, and that will be a big story as well.
Thanks. And chief executives are often in the headlines as much as their companies. Who do you think the chief execs are to watch for this year who'll be grabbing headlines?
I think one of the ones I would look at would be Antonio Horta Osorio, the new chief executive of Lloyds Banking Group. I think he's quite a dynamic individual with some very, very strong ideas about the competitiveness of the UK banking market, and I expect to see him arguing very stridently on behalf of his bank, and particularly resisting any efforts which may come out of the Independent Commission on Banking, for example, to break up that organisation. I think that's one to watch. I think what's happening at British Airways, or its parent company now, International Airlines Group, is also very, very good. I think Willie Walsh and how he does this year will be fascinating to watch. He's publicly gone on record as saying that he doesn't want the expansion of the airline to stop here with this merger between BA and Iberia, but it's looking at other airlines as well. I think that will be a big story as well.
And tech companies continue to dominate the headlines. Is there going to be a second tech bubble this year?
I think we're already in a second tech bubble, to be honest. If you look at the valuations that are being ascribed to businesses such as Facebook, Twitter, Spotify, they don't really bear any resemblance to the underlying earnings of some of those businesses.
Okay, thanks a lot.